Welcome everyone to organization behavior in education. We'll talk about OBs, the organizational behavior in education. So definitions of OB, the organization behavior, it's the behavior of the people within a formal setup, organization, acting as an individual and as a group. It also deals with diverting human behaviors towards the requirements of the organization. Remember, OB can be defined as studying, predicting, and definitely managing human behaviors caused by individual groups and structures towards the requirement of the organizational strategies. Organizational behaviors can be defined as studying, predicting, and probably managing of human behavior caused by individual groups and all stakeholders towards the requirement of the organizational strategies. What is organizational strategies? Just to achieve a goal, achieve an objective for which the organization itself has come to an existence. When the coming of an organization to an existence can only happen when there are more than one, two, three, and n numbers of people joining hands to ensure that the organization reaches the goal that it has already set itself for. So features of OB: human behavior is caused by individual groups and structures of the organization. For example, the tall structure makes the individual to be rule minded and behave mechanically. The tall structure, remember, the order flows from the top, absolutely top. Whereas the flat structure makes the individual to be innovative, creative, challenging, and committed. Why this scenario? Because orders flows from the top. It is a unitary in command. In a flat structure, people are free, willing, and mixing with one another, probably ideating and probably innovating a lot. Human behaviors can be studied, can be predicted, and if they can be predicted, I believe they can be managed. This can be done to some extent, but not completely as anticipated, as required. Understand the organizational strategies, type of behavior necessary for the implementation of the maximum extent thereby. Nature of organizational behavior, a separate field of study. And it's not a discipline only. Remember, OB is a separate, completely separate field of study. An interdisciplinary approach, an applied science, a normative science, a humanistic and optimistic approach, a total systems approach, as the case might be. This is what nature of OB is all about here. So, OB is a separate field of study. It is an amalgamation of our interdisciplinary approach. We have psychology, social science, we have anthropology, we have economics, we have political science. Everything comes and gives it a character. As in OB, it is an applied science, it is a normative science, it is a humanistic approach and a total system approach, as the case might be. So, what does it? What does it? Affects and individual differences. There are basically three things: environmental, heredity, and situational. So, environmental is what environment I am in around it. Situational, at that point of time, what is the situation? Contemplating the fact that I have certain position that I'm manning. So within the environment might be very hostile, but the group members, the team members can be very friendly and very transparent with one another. It makes a different see way changes altogether. Or should I say, the group members, the team members are very hostile. They're not very cooperative, but the environmental is very, very flexible. You can approach anyone and everyone. Again, look at things, what has happened. And then there is something called heredity. It is there in your genes, the way you conduct yourself. It has been there in your families, it's been there in your upbringing, in your culture. So heredity depends on age, sex, physiological and psychological. Excuse me. Environment is all about physical factors, socio-cultural factors, economic factors, and situational is organization, physical and job variances thereby. The scope of OB, it's an intra-individual behavior. What I speak in my mind, how do I react to a situation emotionally, my feelings, intra-individual. What is intra-individual is me talking to you, you talking to the third person. So there are individuals, different individuals altogether. And group behavior, when people are in a group of 3, 4, 6, 10, 20, 30, 40 people, and how do they react to each other? This is the very scope of your OB. Inter-individual is my thought process. Inter-individual is how do we communicate or manifestation of our thought process. And a group behavior we change altogether as an individual. Intra-individual, this behavior indicates the behavior in which an individual includes these different aspects as in perception, my perception, personality, my personality, learning, what do I take and what do I discard, motivations, attitude, job satisfaction, emotion is what we talk about intra-individual behaviors, whereas inter-individual behaviors are all about group dynamics, are all about teamwork, are all about communication, leadership, intergroup conflict and transactional analysis. I repeat, group dynamics, teamwork, communication, leadership, intergroup conflict, and transactional analysis. Group behavior, on the other hand, gives due importance towards the attitude of a manager when he or she is in the group. It includes the formation of organization, it includes the structure of an organization, the effectiveness of the organization, thereby, as the case might be. I repeat, the group behaviors consist of the formation and structure of the organization, also that translate into the effectiveness of the organization. The internal organizational elements are people, the structures, the technology, and the social system. Now, people, everybody can understand. Structures is how do one talk to one another? What is your reporting relationship? Is it a team-based organization or is it a hierarchical organization? Technology. Now, how do you talk? Do you pick up a phone? Do you email? Do you document everything? How do you do go about it? What is the technology that comes around as on when on basis? And last but not the least would be your social system. How how closely knit the whole system, whole employees are all about it. The social system needs to be adhered to. People, the people constitute the internal social system of the organization. They consist the individuals and the group. They form, change, and disband with the passage of time. Human organization changes every day. Structure defines the sole relationship of the people in an organization. Different people in an organization are given different roles. They have certain relationship with others. It leads to divisions of labor so that the people can perform their duties or work to accomplish the organizational goals that the case might be, if I may say so. This is what the structure is all about. Again, structure defines the role relationship of the people. Different people in organization are given different roles and they have certain relationship with others. Technology imparts the physical and economic condition within which how the people work. Did I say phone, mobile, email, technology? You might be talking, Skyping it out altogether. How remotely located you are you working in the same space as such, or you in a different space altogether? With their bare hand, people can do nothing. So, to give assistance to building machine, tools, processes, and resources is what technology is all about. It social system provides the external environment within which the organization operates. It is a single organization cannot exist also. It is a part of a whole. One organization cannot give everything. Therefore, there are many other organizations. All these organizations influences each other. The predecessor, let me give you the predecessor, the earliest avatars of organizational behavior, that industrial psychology. I've already stated it's an amalgamation of the field, it's an interdisciplinary subject. A scientific management movement, the human relation movement, these are your predecessors for OB per se. Industrial psychology is nothing but a branch of psychology which applies scientific methods in a formal setting to understand how people behave, how the it can be contextualized to the benefit of the business or probably of the industry, originating in America with pioneers Walter Del Scott and Edward K. Strong Jr. It expanded during World War One, with psychologists contributing to the areas like group testing, personal selection. The Hawthorne studies in 1924 marked a turning point, shift focus from selection to motivation and human relation. Post Depression World War II, the field grew much further and by leaps and bounds, emphasizing employees' attitude and which contributes significantly. Frederick W. Taylor, the father of scientific management, he was all interested in the creations of the workers and the supervisors and the relation that these people share. It was he who advocated parity of wages, the internal as well as external parity. It was he who developed various wage plans. It was he who insisted upon supervisory training in order to make supervisor a strong link between non-management and the management group. Frederick Winslow Taylor also recognized the need for giving financial incentive to the workers and therefore develop incentive payment plans too. There he changes, he brought the management to the pave a way for later development of organizational behavior. We come to the third aspects of human relation movement. Fred Luther's wonderful book, please read his books, identifies three events that led to human relation. The Great Depression, way back, approximately a centuries back, in 1929, post-economic crash, managers realized production alone wasn't enough. Attention shifted to marketing, attention shifted to finances, and even individual workers' personal unemployment highlighted human problem, elevated the significance of the human relations in the management. Rise of trade unionism was the second aspect way back in 1935. It was approximately 90 years back. Organized labor movement strengthened by the acts of the Wagner Act in 1935 compelled manager to recognize and address human relationship. Trades union became much more aggressive, permanent aspects, and prompting a focus on the human elements in the management. Then come the third aspect of Fred Luther's the Hawthorne studies, 1924-1933. Impeccable work by Elton Mayo, if I may say so. Continued in the Western Electric Hawthorne works, these studies emphasizes human factors, reveal the factors like recognition, reveal the factors like job security, sense of belongingness, impact productivity more than the physical condition. The experiment marked a shift towards understanding and integrating human aspects in the organizational settings. Allow me to complete this video with the models of organizational behavior. Three models, we'll come to it. The autocratic model, it gives the owner, the manager, the complete power to dictate and run the business as his own. Every employee will all bound to obey the orders that has been issued. Custodial model, a successful custodian approach is depending upon providing economic security, which many companies are now offering as a high pay scale. Remuneration in the form of health benefit, corporate cars, financial packages, and many other forms of incentive. In short, the supportive model, money is not which retain the satisfaction of the employees, but it is a part of the organization's life that has been put in use and to make other people feel wanted. So we have the autocratic model, we have the custodial model, we have the supportive model. Autocratic model, power speaks. Custodial model, it's a we feeling as if this is to be a shared wealth among the stakeholders. In terms of high pay scale, you are basically building loyalty. Supportive model in which money is not the most important thing, it's the satisfaction of the employees. The empathy factor works around it. So look at how the organization models have built around it. Next comes the collegial model. This is the managers oriented towards a team performances while each employee is responsible for the task and responsible for each other. So in case the team does not perform, the team will perish. Remember, so collegial model is obviously you rub my back, I will rub yours. System model, in the system model, the expectation is simple. The managers are much more into getting the work done by the employees and nothing else. Everybody has an object and every work has a job description, absolutely vividly mentioning what is expected of them, and the managers are bound to ensure that all the works are getting extracted by the due workers by themselves. So here comes the system model. And lastly, the models of the man. Man is a social animal, man is a rational animal, the rational economic man, man is an organizational man. Man has a different aspect as a self-actuating. After a point of time, the man might feel that he or she has achieved what can be desired to the best of his or her limit, and beyond that is not willing to extend himself. Man is a complex man. Man is an impulsive man. In the heat of the moment, we might react and come with it. So yes, man is very difficult to predict in terms of complexity. Yes, man might get drowned as a servant to his own habit, as in compulsive man. So look at man, look at myself, look at yourself. We have so many versions of ourselves, as in rational man, as in economic man, as in social man, organizational man, the self-actuating man, the complex man, the impulsive man. The compulsive man is what we are looking for too. With this, I come to an end of this organizational behaviors in education video. Thank you for watching it till the end.